I was chatting with someone the other day, and we were talking about the different theories out there about the significance of birth order. Basically, these theories say that where you fall within your family influences things about your personality and what you value. The influences can be biological, but also social, cultural, and situational. While the theory certainly isn't perfect, many have seen these lists of characteristics in where you fall in the birth order, and they've confirmed that most of that was actually true about them. I want to talk today about firstborns. The firstborn is said to typically be an achiever or a leader. Firstborns also have the difficult experience of getting a brother or sister, which may be a happy thing for the most part, but they also might feel a little neglect now that the attention has been diverted away from them. Firstborns also tend to use their behavior, good or bad, to regain their parents' attention. They tend to be really results-driven people, staking a lot on grades or promotions, etc. But the two traits that I want to zero in on today are the last two. Number one, firstborns have a tendency to be very focused on rules and rule following, which is also connected to number two. Firstborns tend to have an innate desire to please others. So the prototypical firstborn may use their rule following as a way to please his parents and to gain their attention. He may stake a lot of who he is on what his parents think about him, and his way to bolster their opinion is to follow the rules fastidiously. He feels like he's got his parents on his side if he achieves and follows the rules. Now, can I say, I think that we all act like firstborns when it comes to our Heavenly Father. There is just something in us that pushes us to achieve in order to impress Him. There's just something in us that believes that the more strictly that I follow the rules, the more my Heavenly Father loves me. We are like firstborns seeking the Father's approval through our behavior. Although this may lead to a life that to the casual observer looks honorable with a high level of morality, this is not what God seeks. For there is absolutely no way to the Father through your behavior, your rule following, or your law keeping. There were many people at Jesus' time that believed that they could get to the Father through how well they kept the law. And Jesus, time and again, rebuked them, and so does the Apostle Paul in our reading for today. He says that although we may try to please the Father through our law keeping, this is not the way to the Father. The way to the Father comes through Jesus alone. He was perfect on our behalf. That means that He came to be perfect for us so that He could gift us His perfection through our faith in Him. It is through Jesus that the Father looks at you and says, "This is my Son, with Him I am well pleased." Or, "This is my daughter, with her I am well pleased." You didn't earn your good standing with the Father. You didn't have to. It was given to you as a gift through the grace that Jesus came to give. And that, my friends, brings peace. You don't need to jockey for God's favor, you have it. You don't need to achieve to prove something to your Father. He loves you. You don't have to bust your back to earn God the Father's attention. You are the apple of His eye. Listen to our words from Romans chapter 9, verses 30 to chapter 10, verse 4. What then shall we say? That the Gentiles who did not pursue righteousness have obtained it? A righteousness that is by faith? But Israel, who pursued a law of righteousness, has not attained it. Why not? Because they pursued it not by faith, but as if it were by works. They stumbled over the stumbling stone. As it is written, "See, I lay in Zion a stone that causes men to stumble, and a rock that makes them fall. And the one who trusts in Him will never be put to shame." Brothers, my heart's desire and prayer to God for the Israelites is that they may be saved. For I can testify about them that they are zealous for God, but their zeal is not based on knowledge, since they did not know the righteousness that comes from God and sought to establish their own. They did not submit to God's righteousness. Christ is the end of the law, so that there may be righteousness for everyone who believes.